Hi everyone, my name is Margaret. I want to tell you about my story. It's a little unusual in that I had a unique approach to life. It was even dangerous, but it led me to where I am now. Have you ever heard that a person can be powered by electricity? Well, I am. How did that happen? I'll tell you all about it. But in the meantime, make yourself comfortable, watch, listen, and subscribe to our channel. My mother and I lived alone. My father left long ago and rarely showed up. He had been with another family for a long time, so we just had to accept that fact. So my mother worked as a babysitter not far from home. It was a hard and exhausting job, but we lived on that money. On the weekends, I helped her there. I cleaned and did laundry and cooked. I was tired too, but I didn't show it to my mother. "That's enough, my daughter. You'd better go and study. Do your homework. It's your last year of school. You need to put all your energy into going to college. How about I don't enroll?" "What? Do you want to drive me to my death before my time so you can go without an education and live like me? No way, I won't let that happen. You should have a better life than I do. No one in my family ever graduated from college." "Well, is that so bad?" "Your grandfather carried manure out of a rich owner's stable for his whole life. Grandma stayed home and raised me with my naughty brother, who, by the way, is now in jail." "Well, you can see for yourself. You're picking out other people's poopy diapers." "Exactly. But I could have had expensive things from boutiques if I'd been smarter and got into college, instead of falling in love and getting married as a schoolgirl." "I hear you, Mom, but what if I don't get in? What if college isn't for me? I have a below-average GPA. That's why you should go study now instead of talking to me." I went to study, but I couldn't concentrate. While my mom was rustling around in the kitchen and the owner's kids were asleep, I decided to study at their house, and they let me. The math just blew my mind. I didn't know what to do with the numbers. After about 10 minutes, my eyes fell on this interesting thing on the shelf. It looked like a taser, only smaller and prettier. I had seen it in movies before, but never in person. I walked over to it before anyone could see and took a closer look. After a moment, I stood in front of the mirror and imagined that I was valiantly defending my kitten from the neighbor boys, like intimidating them to get away from the defenseless creature. Inadvertently, I pressed a button and was electrocuted. I yelled, and my mom came running in a second. "What is it? What's wrong?" "Nothing, I just tripped and fell." "Margaret, be careful. You might wake the kids up too." "Okay, Mom." I hid it behind my back, and when my mom left, I took it out, and with shaking hands, put it back on the shelf. It hurt me a lot, but at least I got to see how it worked. I would never think of hitting anyone with it again, or there would have to be a better reason, I thought. I sat down again to my boring math class and was stunned. The numbers I had written with my own hand no longer seemed so incomprehensible to me. It felt as if I knew how to solve the problems. I did them all in a few minutes. Then I took chemistry, physics, literature, and all the homework was done in just a couple of hours, when before it used to take me all day. Satisfied, I ran to my mom. She thought I was lying to her, but I showed her the proof. Mom, hiding a satisfying surprise, offered for me to help her around the house. And that job I did super fast. In the evening, I even managed to meet up with my friend, Dory, and I went with her to her grandmother's house to drop off food. Dory's grandmother complained about her broken TV, and I took a look at it, gave it a little poke, and fixed it. I don't know how I did it myself. Satisfied, I went to bed. The next day, I planned to shine in front of the commission from the college at the preliminary interview. But in the morning, I woke up sluggish as usual. I was lazy to do everything again. I got slow. I thought I was just overworked from the day before. I went to the interview, sat down, and was asked a couple of silly questions. I really wanted to answer intelligently and clearly as I had planned, but suddenly I realized that I couldn't. I just couldn't speak, as if something was holding me back. The committee gave me time to calm down and invited me in an hour. I sat down and cried and thought to myself, why is it like this? Yesterday was great. And then it hit me. The taser. Is that really what this is about? I ran to my mom at work, lied about forgetting my notebook and sneaked the taser, went outside, hid, and wondered if I should try it. It hurt, but through fear, I did it and hit myself again. Bang! It hurt. I fell to the ground, shook myself off, and felt a rush of strength and energy. I opened the book and realized that the numbers came easily to me again. I went back to the interview, and this time I won them over. I blew them away. Satisfied, I left the office and went home. That's when I realized that I was electrified. It was as if I was powered by electricity. Overnight, it would go away. In the morning, I would be sluggish again, and then I would recharge that way. Over time, my academic problems got better. I began to study very well, but each charge acted shorter and shorter in time. One day, I felt sluggish after 30 minutes of charging and thought I just needed a stronger source of power. That's when I went to the wiring in the school bathroom. They were just fixing an outlet point there, and it was a little bare. I hit my shoulder on the door. The pain was so bad, I thought my arm had come off. I lay there for about 5 minutes, and then Dory came into the bathroom. She asked what was wrong with me and said there was no light in the school. Why are you lying there? I'm just lying down. Why not? Well, lie down if you want. It's just you're in my jacket. Oh, sorry. I forgot I borrowed it from you. Do we have class now? Yeah, your favorite. Economy. We went into class and the teacher started the topic of the country's budget. She was eloquent. Everyone listened to her in silence, and only a few questions ripened in my head. I'm sorry, Miss Bell. You're telling us about budget management, but do you realize that this topic cannot be covered in a nutshell? Have you read the news about what's in store for our country? That our leader plans to spend a fortune of over $700 billion on the Pentagon and military hardware? What does that mean? Our debt would increase by 117% of GDP in 10 years. Does that sound like the right budget allocation to you? The whole class fell silent. Everyone was waiting for the teacher's reaction, but all she said was that she doesn't go that deep into the subject. But you can't talk about the budget without knowing approximately the figures of its income and expenses, right? Right, Margaret. Then the bell rang and we were dismissed. The teacher even forgot to give homework, and my classmates shook my hand. It was now a tradition of mine to exercise. Every day I was looking for ways to recharge. But it wasn't easy to do. A couple of weeks later, my economics teacher came up to me and told me that she had nominated me as a candidate for the inter-school olympiad in economics. The event was to be held the next day. I calmly agreed, although I did not feel well, a little worse than usual. It was strange because I kind of fed in the morning. Anyway, the next morning I went to the garage where I was supposed to recharge, and I was horrified to find that there was no point anymore. Turns out, it had been repaired. I started panicking and getting hysterical, and I was already running late. My mom didn't understand what was going on, and I was really scared. In the end, I went to the Olympiad, my heart racing. The teacher pointed to my seat. I could not concentrate. My hands were shaking. They gave me a piece of paper and opened the tasks on the board. Everything was floating before my eyes. I knew that this was bound to be a failure. I felt so bad that I almost fainted. The committee saw this and they let me go to the bathroom. I washed my face and drank some water, and then Dory came into the bathroom. I told her everything that happened to me, and for some reason, she wasn't surprised. Are you stupid? What? Are you stupid? I don't know. You must be stupid to answer me like that. When I met you, I thought you were a medium intelligence girl. Kind, not stupid, but not clever either. You helped me in English, remember? It was easy, wasn't it? And I thought my life was over. It's just, Margaret, it's not about the electricity. It's about you. Stop hiding your hidden talent. It's time to bring it out. I went back into class, breathed, and opened the worksheet. And then somehow, I started to get it all by myself. I just knew what to write and how to solve it. Afterward, I was quizzed orally, and I answered all the questions correctly. I got second place. But a month ago, I didn't think I was going to get here at all. And then I realized that it was not about the current. It was about me. I just had to listen. Do you guys have any hidden talents? Tell me, guys, did you like my story? Write your opinion about it in the comments below the video. Do not forget to give likes, share the video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel.